Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode 1. You gotta make millions to owe millions. So the episode starts off with, of course, the big unveiling. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, Romie Reviews here again. Please like, comment, subscribe. Karen. Miss Huger. Married to the black Bill Gates. Well, trouble in paradise is what always happens every once in a while. I noticed that it looks like Charisse got downgraded. It looks like Charisse is just, I don't know, what's the word? A friend of the show. Because, Charisse never really liked exposing her personal life. And she probably they probably did the whole, okay, so what's going on this year? Oh, no, not much. Oh, okay, then you're not getting a check. Or you're not getting as much of a check. Because they need content. That's the name of the game when it comes to this. While Karen was going through all of that in her new home in Greater Falls, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at something else. Don't worry about it. Karen, she calls her sister, and she's really hurt because the story that she's telling us is that she had no idea that Ray had financial issues. Mind you, Ray said that Ray, when he was talking to her, said that yes, he did have financial issues. And what actually happened was one of the companies that he runs or, was going through a financial hardship. There are things going on with the taxes. And so obviously, since he's the CEO of the company, owner of the company, his name's going to be riddled through the mud. But my whole thing is, this is why people have some issues with Karen. They love her with everything else except for one thing. This whole perpetrating a fraud. Yes, can I believe that Karen didn't realize how bad things were, or maybe didn't take it as seriously, or saw it as, okay, that's you, Ray, that's your issue, so you go and handle that the best way you know how. And then when it came out to the public, it was like, wait a minute, now that this is kind of different than what you told me. I don't know. But Karen was talking to her sister and essentially regurgitated what I said about how she didn't know and that she's so embarrassed. And I definitely can believe that Ray wouldn't talk to her in detail about something like that. Definitely can. Next thing we know, we see Giselle. We see Giselle and Ashley. They had a nice little one-on-one. I said, wow. Wow, how things have changed. Ashley is going through some stuff with Michael. Their relationship, she has her own place right now, and it's really tough. It's really tough because Giselle, she's in a happy relationship. Ashley's relationship is still on the rocks. Ashley's in this weird space where everything that we've been saying finally came to pass. And when I say everything that we've been saying, it's the whole thing of Michael feels a certain way about the money that, because they have a joint bank account. So Michael feels a certain way that that money is being spent on Ashley's mother, essentially to take care of her. Like with everything and anything, buy a house, car, all of that. And Ashley's just like, well, that's my mom. But again, if it's a joint account and if most of the money's Michael's, then come on now. Aside from that, it's the whole other thing of Ashley doesn't feel respected because Michael goes and he does the whole power play thing. The power play thing of, this stuff is actually mine. This is mine. Just like what we said. Just like what we said. Ashley wanted the restaurant to have some type of independence to go improve herself. The restaurant is doing better. I think Ashley stepped away from day-to-day operations, or maybe they brought in someone else to aid. What I do know is, yes, of course the restaurant's going to cause strife because they were the fun, happy couple. Michael doesn't want regular couple issues. He chose someone younger and fun because he wanted to have fun with someone young. And then you want to go and hit him with the real relationship stuff? No, we knew that wasn't going to work. But it sounds like they're going to try and move back in and figure it out. Of course, they had the conversation about Karen and what's going on with her. And it's still the same consensus of Karen. It feels like she's still perpetrating a fraud. That she's not giving the girls the full intel. And the whole thing is, just be real about your stuff. You want to put your stuff out on Front Street, and yet you don't want to really put your stuff out on Front Street. So we'll see how that comes along a little bit later. Then we see, you know, one of our favorites, at least one of my favorites, or at least my favorite. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Monique. So we see Monique, and she's there moving into the new house. Of course, the house is bomb, as in it looks great. Chris is there. That house is huge. That house is huge. And I love how she was talking to her kids. And they're like, wait, so do you miss the old house? No. Of course not. That place is huge. Are you kidding me? Miss the old house. I don't care what was there. No, it had to have been gold. No. But she wants to go and throw another little mini party. Chris is looking at her and saying, that's cute that you want to do that, but that's not happening. And she said, oh, okay, so I won't throw as big of a party. I heard that. And unfortunately, things took a turn for the worst when it came to the relationship with Chris' mother. Remember when Chris' mother essentially kind of insinuated that over there when it came to Monique? Yeah, Chris hasn't talked to his mom since then. That's really sad. That's really sad, because I could see him having a close relationship with his mom. That's really sad, but it's the whole thing of, that's why you have to be very careful, because when your son marries a woman, has a wife, the wife comes first in a lot of things. I'm not going to say in all things. I know what it says in the Bible, but I'm not going to say in all things, because trust and believe, if there's any issues, guess who's getting that call? Mom. Oh my God, Mom, you need to come here right now. I can't, Mom. I can't. So, but I can respect. I can respect the fact that he didn't just go along with his mom saying that stuff about his wife. I absolutely can. Oh, God. So here goes Robyn. Robyn's with her boys and also with Juan. And Juan got a new job. He has a new job, got new money. They're moving together into someplace bigger. I said, that's great. That's beautiful. Skirt, skirt. Why did she just say to us that they're sleeping in the same bed and with each other? With a nice little smirk. I looked at this and said, Robyn, this is fine. This is fine as long as you don't get your hopes up. Things are going well again. And so, of course, he still has feelings of you for you. Why not? He has feelings for you. He loves his kids. And so, of course, he wants everyone to be under one roof. I just hope she gets that. This does not mean that he's going to go and you two are going to be one big happy family again. I just hope she understands that. That's not what's happening, at least not for now. They do talk about Karen and her money situation. Juan just said, well, I'm glad that you were there to support her, because apparently Karen called, of all people, Robyn. But we heard the truth. Karen called a lot of people. Robyn was the only one that picked up. I said, oh, so were you the first, second, third, fourth, fifth? I don't know. Because Karen said she heard the information from a business colleague that said this is going to blow up in 2 hours. You have 2 hours to prep yourself. And Karen's like, wait, what? And apparently she was on the phone with Robyn for 3 hours, just kind of going over everything in detail. And so Robyn did go and regurgitate the information to Charisse and Monique. And we know that Charisse does not, she was Charisse, I don't know. I feel like Charisse doesn't realize that she comes off as unhappy. And I won't say miserable because that's a very strong word. But I will say unhappy and crotchety. And so whenever she says stuff, even though it's supposed to be cutesy and all of that, it has the opposite effect. It comes off as haterish. It comes off as all these other things. And again, part of it is because we don't know her full side of the story in anything. And because we don't, we're just kind of looking at her reactions at face value and just like, really? Really? But we move on to Giselle. Her kids are growing up so fast. I said, wow. Giselle has her skincare line. Remember, it was all the different hues and skin tones. So she's playing around with her girls and the makeup. And her girls met her new boo, her new man. And Giselle's very happy and happy for her. Now we see Ashley. Ashley, it looks like she's moving out of her, it's called a sublet. It's really nice and spacious looking. Ashley's in her workout gear. She has her friend come over. I'm speaking like this because it's about to get very serious. So Ashley's talking to her friend, and her friend essentially tells her, look, I love you. I want the best for you. I know I'm moving away to Spain, so I can't really be there for you like that anymore. But let's be very clear. Your relationship was toxic. The way how he would speak to you and the things that he would say to you was not okay. I understand he's upset that about the money and, you know, you spending it on your mother, the joint money between you two, and you were spending it on your mom, and maybe boundaries weren't met. But your relationship still had other issues. And I'm glad that someone else said it, because we were all thinking it. But I'm glad that Ashley had someone in her life to kind of remind her, hey, things weren't perfect even when they were good. Now, we saw this cute little scene with Monique and her. Jesus, that backyard's huge. I said, oh my God. You know how many steps it would take just to get to the playground? Jeez. Monique looked over it. She was like, oh my God, I love these babies. I love these babies. But, oh, I need a nanny. I need a new nanny. The old nanny, she quit on me, and I need that new nanny fast. Oh, Lord Jesus, bless us, bless us, bless us. 2 young kids. So now Karen goes and talks to her husband. And again, she said what I already said, which was that Ray said is under control. That it was because of a company. It wasn't just regular personal finances. And what's going on now is that Karen just wants to make it very clear. Her personal finances and Ray's are filed separately. So Karen Hugert doesn't owe anything. And since Ray isn't divulging the full details about his business inquiries, Karen just has to take all of this at face value. Ashley, you know, she's a little emotional. Looks like she's moving back in with Michael. And she gets on the phone with, who's she getting on the phone with? She was talking with someone. Heck, it might have been Giselle for all I know. And she was just, it's a lot. It's very emotional. It is Giselle. Shout out to me. And it's just a lot. She's just thinking about, you know, the last time they had an argument and Michael told her, you know what, it's my stuff. It's my house. You leave, get out, take your crap and go. I told you that's exactly what would happen. And I didn't want to be right because that's not positive. They were fun. They were happy. I wanted them to win. And they can still win. But they have to willingly make a change. And so Ashley, she comes and she meets Michael. Michael got her flowers and an apology little card. And she appreciated that. But they have a lot to work on. He says the way how, I guess, she put her mother first. When it came to certain things, instead of even consulting him, he had a big problem with it. I said, that's understandable. And she was just like, the way how you talk to me and hold the finances and that over my head, that's not okay. He said, I understand, I'll do better. But the whole thing is, it's a two-part thing. He does that because he feels like he doesn't have control over his young, hip, fun wife. And that's really messed up, all within itself. And so I really hope that somehow they can become equals, because they've never been equals in that relationship. Never. Never. Even if he loved and respected her more at one time, they were never really equals. And so when you go into a relationship like that, it's very easy for one side to, do the power play thing, which messes everything up. Now, Karen goes and she's just so happy to have this little luncheon with Robyn. She was just like, oh, I have to thank you for just being there for me. Whenever Karen looks good. If there's anything you can't take away from her, she looks good. She looks good. And the thing was, she was being very, very, very thankful to Robyn. Robyn had that look of, okay, I'm glad you're so, that's wonderful. But Robyn's whole thing, and I said, wait a minute, what the heck is going on here? I think my only problem with it was that, even though I appreciate the honesty, I don't like that she did that there after Karen was just kind of just saying thank you for supporting me. But again, it's kind of the whole thing of, if she didn't do it then, when would she do it? And how fake it would look if it came out a little bit later. So once Robyn kind of put it out there that, hey, so I was talking to some of the other ladies. You were talking to some of the ladies about my stuff, about my business, about what's going on. I talked to you for 3 hours. So you're telling me that after that, you went and talked to the other girls about what we discussed? And she was like, well, yeah. I'm thinking, if it was 3 hours of content, maybe it was 1 solid hour of content or 30 minutes of content, and her just kind of saying the same thing, rehashing it, remixing it, and delivering it up again and again. Maybe that's what happened. Here's my thing. My thing with this whole thing. Because Robyn continued on and talked about how, I don't feel like you're being honest with me. I feel like it's fake that you're thanking me for being a listening ear, and you can just be vulnerable with me, but I don't think you were actually being vulnerable. I think that you were trying to do damage control. I think that you were trying to go and make sure that you looked a certain way in the public. So you kept calling someone until you got to someone so that you could tell your story, so I could go back and tell the other ladies. But now you're upset that I went and told the other ladies. I'm thinking, am I the only one that I can't be on Robyn's side on this? I understand Karen's track record. So, and again, I respect that Robyn told it to Karen's face. That's what I really respect. Period. I respect that. But I just think it's crazy that Karen was being so, just singing Robyn's praises, and then Robyn was like, yeah, but you're full of it. So what was the point of me talking to you for 3 hours? What was the point of me talking to you for 3 hours, me being really happy, and for you to go and say, yeah, I didn't believe anything that you said, so whatever. Really? So Karen was done. She was just like, well, I thought maybe talking to someone who had, I said, okay, now we need to backpedal a little bit, because we're not trying to go to do the tit for tat. Karen, your feelings are hurt. Get up and leave. Just leave, Karen. Get up and leave. Get up. You're already up. Just get up and leave. Do it. Do it. Before you say something that you'll regret because you're just upset, but you really, just get up and leave. Just please, just get up and leave. I can't wait until my congestion is fully gone, because, geez, not being able to access like 30% of your voice is a lot harder than you think. I make a lot of sound effects and I can't even do that right now. So that was it. This season looks entertaining. Dang, it's a shame. Everything looked more entertaining than Real Housewives of Atlanta this year. Oh, when I say everything, I'm talking about the black shows. Like Married to Medicine, I don't think anything's beating that. But I feel like Potomac might come in second. As long as we don't focus on half the season on Karen and this whole thing. Let that be episode 2 and move on to something else. That's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. By the way, I feel like I'm going to do a format change. I don't think I'm going to do the green screen stuff anymore for my regular videos. I think I'll only do it for the Romie reports or Romie reviews. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Let me know what you think. Because I also look crazy half the time because of the lighting and the software. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks.